can't let this Charlie Kirk thing go because we keep finding out more information. What if I told you that at Charlie Kirk's memorial, every single person there might have had their phone geofenced, meaning their phone was tracked? I'm not saying it definitely happened, but I would like us to gather the truth and the facts of a situation. On September 18th, 3 days before the memorial, official government filings showed that the country we're not supposed to talk about wired money to a company called Show Faith by Works. That same filing says the company signed a $4 million contract with that country we're not supposed to talk about, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to run what they call a Christian church geofencing campaign. Here's what that means. Invisible GPS fences are drawn around churches and Christian colleges in states like Arizona, California, Nevada, Colorado. So basically, when your phone enters those zones, it can be tagged and then later hit with targeted ads or messages. Tens of thousands of Christians filled a stadium in Arizona for the Charlie Kirk Memorial, right? The first payment of roughly, I guess, $326,000 had already been made to launch the geofencing project. That's a fact. The filings talk about reaching believers with the country we're not supposed to name, influencers, mailing, emailing.
And all of this means something. I hope y'all are listening. This means a lot. And I'm going to break it all down. And of course, we're going to talk about Candace.
Pastors contacting people, even creating something called the October 7th experience. So, no, the document never says we track the memorial crowd, but the timing and the location line up almost perfectly. So you got to ask yourself, when faith gatherings draw huge crowds, who's building the geofences around there? Who's collecting the data? And what are they doing with it? Because in 2025, your faith and your phone might both be on record.
That part. So we have a whole lot to talk about. I just got off of Candace's live, so shout out to Candace Owens. I'm loving her more and more and more. And I want to say I was wrong about Candace because I did a whole live stream about how there's a possibility that Candace may be compromised. And at that time, I wasn't mad at her if she was compromised or potentially compromised because she has a family to protect and she has a brand to protect. So it's like certain things she may not be able to talk about when it came to Charlie Kirk and his estranged wife or widow or whatever you want to call it, because whatever you want to call it, his widow, will just say Erika Kirk. And Candace has been going in on everybody. So right now, drop Candace Owen has an emoji. What is that? What is this, y'all? Is this what is that? Yo, y'all tripping. I just remember that. I just realized what that is. All right. I ain't gonna block you, but don't do that. Don't do that. Shout out to Candace Owens. I got love for her. I just realized the people in the chat, I guess, don't like her, but it is what it is. Y'all are welcome, but we all have different opinions. But Candace Owens said something in this live. She said, I am officially activating my dead man switch, or either my kill switch. And that scared the hell out of me. So I have a whole lot to talk about, but I have to add that to it also. We have to pray for Candace Owens. We have to protect Candace Owens the best we can. And the way we could protect her is by supporting her, because the more support she gets, the enemy can literally look at her and say, all right, we're going to leave her alone. She's too powerful. And instead of, because here's what's crazy. They got rid of one person that was powerful, which is Charlie Kirk. They can't just get rid of another person that's powerful like Candace, because then it would be like, yo, what's going on? So it would be more evident, right? So the more we support Candace, the more we can actually protect her with our eyes, with our love, with our support, with our just being an audience to her. All right, because some people right now hate Candace, and it's okay because earlier a lot of people hated Candace, but I think because of this Charlie Kirk situation, is opening up a lot of people's eyes, and people are starting to realize, like, yo, why did I hate Candace? Or why did I hate this person? Why did I hate that person? So we're going to get back into this right here involving Turning Point USA. But I wanted to play something that Candace just said that is very important. So let's play this first.
As a former Dem, I am ashamed to admit that I've said some awful.
All right, so she's reading something that a super chat brought in. So check this out.
Writer writes, I owe you an apology, Candace. As a former Dem, I am ashamed to admit that I've said some awful things about you, wholly unwarranted, that I deeply regret. You're a brilliant, honest voice in a choir of crooks and liars. We don't deserve you. God bless. You know, Rachel, I'll apologize back. Because I was also partially blinded and I thought that it was just the left. You know, I was taking that low-hanging fruit of us warring against each other. And I've realized now, like, no, we're all actually fighting real evil and we're going to disagree along the way. You know, I don't think you should trans your children. I'm against it. I'm very against it. But I also am more interested in where all of these ideologies are coming from. I'm more interested in the war against family. I'm more interested in waking everybody up by actually being more charitable in our interpretations of one another and what motivates us, and less charitable to the government, right? Because they know exactly what they're doing. And that's the real risk. That is the real threat to the government, is the left and the right actually uniting. In fact, they were like angry when they were randomly, you know, they've just been treating Megyn Kelly like a battered wife. I don't know. I say something, she gets beat. It's weird. But during that course of that Konstantin Kisin, when he was like, you need to make a statement against Candace and Tucker, somebody else was saying to her, Candace doesn't even hate the left anymore. Like that was supposed to be a convincing argument for Megyn to trash me, like really trying to get us exist in that left-right paradigm, and it only serves them at the top. That
right there, it only serves them at the top. Candace Owens is starting to realize the same thing that a lot of us other people are realizing. The left isn't the problem. The right isn't the problem. Women aren't the problem, and men aren't the problem. What the government has been doing is pitting all of us against each other. I'm in a relationship space, and all I see on YouTube, just in my world, is men talking mess about women and women talking mess about men. And then in the political space is the right wing going against the lefties. But now, since Charlie Kirk passed away, all of us now have one specific common enemy. And who is that enemy, y'all? Drop the enemy in the chat. Who is the enemy? This is the reason why it is important to support Candace. I don't care nothing about that political stuff. It's important for us to understand that she is not the enemy. I'm not the enemy. The enemy is IHOP. And once we all come together and realize that your views versus my views, we can argue, we can fuss, we can disagree, but we are not enemies to each other. IHOP is a goddamn enemy. And once we realize that collectively, we all now can work together in supporting one another. And now we all can grow because now we no longer hate each other. Like, as an example, me, I'm not against the gay rights and LGBT, but sometimes I feel like they be messing with us and they be after our kids and trying to coerce our kids to be like them, right? But if we were to come to a understanding in a medium and say, hey, stop making propaganda trying to make my kids act like y'all, and I'll stop talking mess about y'all. Because that's really what it is. We just want y'all to leave our kids alone and stop coercing our kids into being like y'all. But guess what? If our kid grows up and wants to be like y'all, I'm all for it. As long as it's my kid's decision and my kid wasn't coerced. Because I'm not against them. I just don't want them to coerce my kids. So everybody can live and operate amongst each other and be happy. We just have to get away from this fear of each other. IHOP is TikTok. Yeah, we're going to start calling IHOP TikTok. So here's another thing that I've seen on the Redacted channel. Shout out to the channel Redacted. Put a one in the chat if y'all watch Redacted, that their YouTube channel. Put a one in the chat if you watch the Redacted YouTube channel.
I hope more of this, more realizing and more coming together on the stuff that we can agree on.
I have to confess, I knew nothing about their suffering until 2021 when I volunteered to help the Biden administration with the crisis at the southern border. As part of Operation Artemis, I was deployed to the Pomona Fairplex Emergency Intake Site in California to help HHS, Office of Refugee Resettlement, reunite children with sponsors in the United States. I thought.
Now, this is in Redacted's, their intro. As you can see, it says show starts in 13 minutes, right? And I was just watching. I didn't even know this was an intro, but this caught my ear. I'm like, okay, Redacted is down with us also. See, for those who don't know, I'm not in the Republican, Democrat. You know, I lean towards Republican, but I don't care about that stuff. I care about protecting the children from these evil demons. And when I seen Redacted play this in their intro, I'm like, oh shit, they are on our side. Because the thing about it is, I'm starting to see that Candace is aware of the traffic lighting of tadpoles, and so does Redacted. Because this is the actual problem. It's the trafficking of the tadpoles that we all need to fight against. But somehow they got all of us fighting with each other.
Refugee Resettlement, reunite children with sponsors in the United States. I thought I was going to help place children in loving homes. Instead, I discovered that tadpoles are being trafficked through a sophisticated network that begins with recruiting in home country, smuggling to the U.S. border, and ends when ORR delivers a tadpole to a sponsor. Some sponsors are criminals and traffickers and members of transnational criminal organizations. Some sponsors view children as commodities and assets to be used for earning income. This is why we are witnessing an explosion of labor trafficking. Now, whether it's intentional or not, it could be argued that the United States government has become the middleman in a large-scale, multi-billion-dollar child trafficking operation that is run by bad actors seeking to profit off of the lives of children.
See, that right there is why I do what I do. Forget about the left, forget about the right, forget about the up, forget about the down, forget about the black, forget about the white, forget about the women, and forget about all this stuff. Put a one in the chat if the number one concern you have about just life, period, is making sure our next generation makes it to be our ages. Put a one in the chat if your number one concern isn't men, women, right, left, up, down. It's about making sure our children make it to our ages safely. Because that's the number one thing, y'all. If we stop arguing with each other and start taking care of our kids and take care of other people's kids, making sure your kids are good, make sure my kids are good, make sure their kids are good, we all win. So everybody hit the like button. We got 1,000 people in here, and we got to get these likes up. So if y'all can, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up button, And drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. So 2 things. Hit the like button and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you are watching from. Let's get back into these videos. So now that I've set the stage for this important conversation, because now that we are understanding that all these other people aren't the enemy, there's one enemy, y'all. There's one enemy, and that one enemy is IHOP. We got one enemy. That one enemy is going to hear us today. Hit a like button and share this video with everybody you know. We about to get into it. Where's the video? All right, so here we go. We about to talk about how Charlie Kirk died. I got so much information today, y'all. Is crazy. But we're going to start right here.
Thing go? Because we keep finding out more information. What if I told you that at Charlie Kirk's memorial, every single person there might have had their phone geofenced?
So right here, we're going to start off talking about geofencing. And some of you may say, what the hell is a geofence? Well, it's a way of tracking you. And what does this have to do with children, or tadpoles, as I like to say? Well, geofencing is how they actually can find you when you leave the venue. They can get your phone number. They can tap your phone. They now have control over your phone simply because they geofence you. So learn about geofencing from this. Listen.
Meaning their phone was tracked. I'm not saying it definitely happened, but I would like us to gather the truth and the facts of a situation. On September 18th, 3 days before the memorial, official government filings showed that the country we're not supposed to talk about wired money to a company called Show Faith by Works.
So IHOP wired a bunch of money to a nonprofit called Show Faith by Works. And Show Faith by Works is getting paid also from Turning Point USA. Now, if you look at what Turning Point USA is, it looks like some type of political type of thing, right? They make millions of dollars a year, and I'll tell you how many millions in a minute. But what does this political juggernaut have to do with religion? Charlie Kirk talked about religion all the time. You know why? And I'm not saying Charlie Kirk was a part of this, but something is a little fishy, and I'm not blaming him, because some things may have been going on behind his back, because I can't get mad at him because he died for what he believed in. Because the thing about it is, if he was in on this stuff, he would still be alive. So I'm not blaming Charlie Kirk, because they killed him for a reason, right? So with all that being said, they have Turning Point USA, and now they have this Christian ministry organization, right? So now they have the young people in the colleges, and now they got the older people in the churches. Do you see how possibly scary that is? Let's keep going.
That same filing says the company signed a $4 million contract with that country we're not supposed to talk about, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to run.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs signed a $4 million contract with IHOP. And they're working with Turning Point to do what, though?
On what they call a Christian church geofencing campaign.
Y'all hear that? Do y'all see how disgusting this is starting to sound? See, when you start following the money, see, me and everybody in the Scooby-Doo mystery team today, I literally woke up this morning and said, hey, today we're following the money. Everybody in the chat say, follow the money. Everybody in the chat say, follow the money. Everybody in the chat say follow the money and hit the thumbs up button. Y'all, I need y'all to hit the thumbs up button. But everybody in the chat say follow the money. We started following the money this morning, and we found so much shit. It was crazy. We found more than money. Ain't that right, y'all? Drop paw prints in the chat if you are part of the Scooby-Doo team. So listen.
Here's what that means. Invisible GPS fences are drawn around churches and Christian colleges in states like Arizona, California, Nevada, Colorado. So basically, when your phone enters those zones, it can be tagged and then later hit with targeted ads or messages, tens of thousands.
Messages. That means just because you walked into a building and you agreed to sign in to some stuff, you now can receive text messages. Even your kids that walked into that building. And this is how dangerous this is.
Thousands of Christians filled a stadium in Arizona for the Charlie Kirk Memorial, right?
Unknown user says $4.1 million on marketing aimed at Christians across the western part of the country, according to newly filed federal disclosure. The documents filed last week under Foreign Agents Registration Act. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Foreign Agents Registration Act. IHOP. $4 million. Christians, churches across the western part of the country, Arizona, California, they are after your tadpoles. Certain things I can't say, so we use tadpoles over here. West Coast, if you live in the West Coast, I'm just going to say it. I wouldn't even go to church. I'm sorry, and I know somebody might get mad at me for saying that, but if you live on the West Coast, I would stop going to church because they are after your children. You can do what you want to do, but I'm just letting you know what is happening. And if you do some shit, you could turn around and end up having a tag on your phone without even knowing it. Next thing you know, somebody's following you inside of a Walmart, following you outside of a Walmart, following you home, emailing you, texting you, calling you, knowing where you work, knowing what mall you like to go to. And you ain't even did nothing. All you did was go to church. Let's keep going.
The first payment of roughly, I guess, $326,000 had already been made to launch the geofencing project. That's a fact. The filings talk about reaching believers with the country we're not supposed to name, influencers, mailing, emailing pastors, contacting people, even creating something called the October 7th experience. So, no, the document never says we track the memorial crowd, but the timing and the location line up almost perfectly. So you got to ask yourself.
So the memorial crowd, it was, I think, almost 300 people at Charlie Kirk's memorial, right? Almost 300,000 people at Charlie Kirk's memorial. According to what we are learning, Charlie Kirk's estate made about $15 million the first day Charlie Kirk died. See, in the rap world, some of y'all may not know this, but in the rap world, there's a rumor where if a rapper signs a record deal and dies, the record company can now take out life insurance on that rapper. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, because I've never seen the contract. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is for a lot of popular people, the day you die, some outside entity other than your family can turn around and make 10 to $100 million just because you dead. They made probably 11 to $15 million the day Charlie Kirk died. Just one day. Some of us are worth more dead than alive, and you wonder why they got rid of them. This is why. One, you get rid of somebody who keeps talking shit about IHOP every day. And then two, you make 10 to $15 million the first day he dies. T-shirt sales, donations, and then during his memorial, they made another $11 million because of all the people they geo-tracked. See, the thing about it is, Turning Point USA wasn't just after your money. They were after your data. Turning Point USA is a data farming company. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. We got to get to 1,000 likes. Everybody hit the like, hit the thumbs up button. There's something called geofencing and geotagging. They signed a $4 million deal with a firm called Show Faith by Works. Turning Point USA, which is a political nonprofit, is now working with a nonprofit church company, right? The way most of these people are able to hide things is to not only start a nonprofit, but it's to make some type of church or get connected to a church. Because we all know churches don't pay taxes. Put a 1 in the chat. You're aware that churches don't pay taxes. So your nonprofit is 501c3. A church is something else. So you have your nonprofit where you can take donations, right? Even Charlie Kirk said himself. Charlie Kirk was getting millions of dollars in donations from IHOP. He said it himself. Now he's connected, or Turning Point USA is connected to a church. So now those millions don't have to be taxed. You see how all of this is really bullshit? We can go even farther. There were more than 270,000 people that attended Charlie Kirk's memorial service. And TPU SA, Turning Point USA, geo-tracked every last one of them damn people. Geo-tracking is a process of identifying the real world geographic location of a person or object using a connected device such as a smartphone or a vehicle tracker. It works by triangulating location data from sources like GPS satellites, Wi-Fi networks, and cell phone towers to determine a device's exact location. And remember, this is all about what? Trafficking tadpoles. Remember, traffic, we call them tadpole traffic lights over here. So we won't have no problems with YouTube. All right. Tadpole traffic lights. That's what we call it over here. They're after your tadpoles. And I'm not making this up. Everybody knows this. Wi-Fi networks and cell phone towers to determine a device exact position on location. Geo-tracking is used for various purposes, including fleet management and sex trafficking. I'm just going to say it. Some of these actions are literally what Charlie and some of these actions was literally what Charlie was adamantly against. And after he discovered what was really happening, they got rid of him. And that's the reason why I'm not mad at Charlie, because Charlie wouldn't be dead if he was down with it. So let's keep going.
When faith gatherings draw huge crowds, who's building the geofences around there, who's collecting the data, and what are they doing with it? Because in 2025, your faith and your phone might both be on record. This just blew my mind. Oh, God. But it's definitely not that country we're not supposed to talk about.
Did kill Charlie Kirk. They have the motive to do so. Here are private messages which were verified by TPUSA. Charlie Kirk says, I just lost another huge donor. $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker.
Hold on, let me back it up.
2025. Because
it's
might
important.
both that country we're not supposed to talk about.
And somebody said, what is IHOP? IHOP is the country that we don't talk about that starts with an I. All right. We call them International House of Propaganda or International House of Politician. Is not the restaurant. All right. So we call them IHOP over here. And if you don't get that, I don't know what to tell you. But listen to this shit right here.
Did kill Charlie Kirk. They have the motive to do so. Here are private messages which were verified by TPUSA. Charlie Kirk says, I just lost another huge donor. $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting
a huge IHOP donor. Remember, he was aware of IHOP or different IHOPians donating to Turning Point USA. So when he was alive, he was receiving a lot of his money from IHOP. I'm not mad at him, but a lot of his riches came from IHOP. I'm just saying. So he said he lost $2 million from IHOP right there because he did not want to say no to Tucker Carlson.
Candace. Charlie says, donors play into all stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the cause.
And right here, you're not being bullied when somebody won't give you $1 million. So I have a problem with what Charlie Kirk said right here. I am not going to be bullied. That's not being bullied. If I don't give you my money because I don't like what you're doing, that is not bullying somebody. So I have a problem with what he's saying because it sounds like gaslighting a little bit. Companies and people, they give money to what they believe in. And if they don't like Tucker Carlson or they don't like this or they don't like that, and I got $1 million and you are platforming Tucker Carlson, and I don't like Tucker Carlson, I'm not going to give you my $1 million or my $2 million. What's wrong with that? That's not being bullied. And speaking of being bullied, see, let me tell you exactly what being bullied actually is real quick. Not giving me $2 million because I'm doing this over here is not being bullied. But this is what's being bullied. YouTube, for the 8th time, I believe, demonetized yet another one of my videos. It's like they're taking videos out like they just knocking all my videos out. That is what bullying is. That's what bullying is. Because I got like 6 videos demonetized. Then I got another 2 demonetized today. That is what bullying is. So if y'all would like to, because I need y'all help, but I don't require y'all help. If you want to support the movement, because it's almost looking like when I do a Charlie Kirk video, I'm getting demonetized either instantly or in the next 2 days. And it's getting more and more difficult. So I need your support. If you don't want to, it's cool. Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. $AARON 1000, $10, $20, $50, whatever y'all could do to support this cause. Because bullying is what YouTube is doing to me. Not IHOP not wanting to give him no money. Because why you need $2 million? So I ain't asked for $2 million. I just want my video to continue making money because that's what I'm on this platform to do. See, you make a video and you follow the guidelines, which I do, and I get paid. I'm not asking for no $2 million. I'm just asking to be left the hell alone. So I am the one getting bullied, not Charlie Kirk. So if you want to, drop a Cash App, $AARON 1000, or hit the link in the chat, because this shit is driving me crazy. So I just want to give y'all an understanding of what bullying actually looks like. Charlie Kirk was not getting bullied, not because of this. He was getting bullied in other ways, but not because of this. If somebody don't want to give me $2 million, that's their prerogative. That is they two. It's they $2 million. YouTube is taking money that I earned away. That's the bullying part. He didn't earn the $2 million. That's a donation.
Because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Charlie says donors play into all stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the cause. There are numerous public clips from his own podcast where he's criticizing lobbyists and donors.
Because donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi policies.
Additionally, talking about how the narrative around October 7th doesn't make sense. Was there a stand down?
YouTube is aha. Hey, YouTube is IHOP is crazy. And I'm not against what you're saying, but that's crazy. Cash App is $AARON, y'all. AARON 1000. 10, 20, buy me lunch, or contribute 50 to 100, whatever. There's enough people in here to do that, because hopefully this video won't get demonetized, but it's like every video is just getting wiped out. And I'm like, God damn it.
Order.
I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? I gotta be careful the way I say this. 2, they're gonna try to...
He talks about the mainstream narrative around Israel. Are we getting the full story? He says this directly to Ben Shapiro the day before he was assassinated.
Is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to... Just a question, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says.
They have motive. There is clearly a break going on there. Additionally, you could easily manufacture all of the details of a case like this, and you can make it look believable. Well, if the person who did this was turned in by his own family, clearly it must have been him. Well, there are these private messages basically affirming that this person definitely did it, even though those messages look completely fabricated. Well, there are certain, innuendos that only a crazy weirdo would know how to write, except that those are very, very common internet things, right? These little inside jokes like ooh woo, those things have been around for a decade. What the FBI is telling me has to be true. Clearly, the autopsy is accurate. I mean, his vertebrae must have stopped a 30-06 with 2,500 foot-pounds of force traveling at 2,000 feet per second. If you're willing to carry out a political event like this, if you have all of the money that the CIA or more have, it would be very easy to have a narrative writer to create a story to make it plausible and to take the heat off of your potential involvement.
Shout out to LaRon. Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you, LaRon.
I want to tell you that I actually believe that this was a military hit that involved foreign actors and also literal actors. I believe that that day ran something akin to JFK's assassination. I believe that there were therefore multiple decoys on the ground. I do not believe, just so I'm clear here, that the person who was walking up the stairs killed Charlie. In fact, my suspicion is that that photo was not even shot on the same day. I do not believe that the person who ran across Losey rooftop killed Charlie. I think it was another decoy. I do not believe that shot came from a Losey Center at all. And we all know that decoy George Zinn didn't kill Charlie. And I received an interesting tip about him as well, that he's much more connected than what meets the surface. And he potentially has connections to the federal department, familial connections to the federal department. And we are prodding that. It's getting interesting. Anyway, that would suggest that there are thus far a total of 4 decoys, like George Zinn, staircase guy, maroon shirt guy, and Losey Center guy, none of which I believe actually pulled the trigger. Call it a hunch.
I think it's much more likely that Lance Twiggs is the one that is walking in that maroon shirt. His build is nothing like Tyler Robinson's build. Lance Twiggs is thinner. And obviously I'm speculating here, but I believe Tyler Robinson was involved, and he was in fact driving around campus on that day, therefore assisting in the costume changes, likely picking up clothing. And as we broke the story, Tyler was seen at Dairy Queen. And what was he seen doing, as I told you? Dumping clothing in the cemetery beside that Dairy Queen. So I think that is what his involvement is limited to. That was his job, to get rid of clothing. It's completely a nonsense to think that a person who had never killed anyone was high on adrenaline after a kill and decided to eat Dairy Queen. That doesn't even make sense biologically speaking. There was going to be an adrenaline measure that kicks in after you kill animal, let alone a person, let alone having it be your first kill. And you're like, he just decided to go to DQ.
All right. So everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Let's get to 1,000 likes. So I want to talk about two different things that are in congruency with each other on the back end. We're going to talk about the church and how the connection to the church and Turning Point USA and how it actually, traffics tadpoles. But before we get to that, we are going to break down how his own security team, and Candace said it today. Charlie Kirk's security team, he had ownership of the security company. These men framed him. These men put him in a position where he actually passed away. These idiot ass men did this. Watch this. Because I have proof. So idiot number one is in a light blue. So watch him.
Are you asking him a question? We're gonna be here for fucking hours.
Okay, did you catch that? I'll show you in slow motion. The security guy in the blue and Charlie's bodyguard in the tent looked at their watch simultaneously, which my guess would be they received some kind of alert that I'm guessing Charlie's entire security crew got. So what kind of alert would they get? Could it be some type of signal? I've seen the videos people have posted of others, including the bodyguard in the tent, giving what looked to be hand signals seconds before the shooting. But I have not seen this footage here, so I was hoping someone may have an idea what kind of alert that this could have been. Because if we can get an answer to that, then that could possibly help us get an answer to something else, and so on and so forth.
So these are all of the idiots right here that literally deleted Charlie Kirk. Let's name all the idiots if we could. One of the guys aren't in here. The brown shirt guy isn't here. I don't see him in here. But let me back it up right here. Idiot number one, the guy in this, the closest guy to the camera, his name is Brian Harpool. He is the leader of the idiots. Then you got the guy that is in the black. His name is Dan Flood. So idiot number two is Dan Flood, the guy in the black right here. Moving on. Where is he at? Everybody somewhat looks alike. In this picture, I can't tell who is who. So let's just keep going. But these are all the dudes that were on his security team.
USA, 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 USA. Where the Church of Jesus Christ
So watch this.
Is more historically accurate than Protestantism.
All right, so you see how what is his name? Dan Flood is looking at Brian Harpool, right?
You're more aggressive than I would be. First of all, I love Mormons. I've said that forever.
Watch that. You see that?
So did you catch? The security guy just walked past the bodyguard and subtly passed some kind of signal, in which the bodyguard responded by giving out some type of signal, I'm guessing to someone else. Here, check it out.
So I love Mormons. I've said that forever.
One more time. Does something, and then he does something. Who does that? What the hell does that mean? So right here. So look at the camera guy. I forgot his damn name. I got the camera guy in here somewhere. So as you can see, the camera guy, camera guy. Where's the camera guy? Terrell Farnsworth. So the camera guy who is standing up on his thing, his name is Terrell Farnsworth, idiot number 3. So as you can see, this when all this was going on, the camera guy that was standing right next to Charlie is up there chilling. Why is he up there?
Thank God he was there to film everything in the parking lot, because that was what Charlie needed the most in that moment. So after seeing Charlie shot, he sprinted away to the parking lot to step on top of this little wall here so he could film it all for some reason. And this was part of Charlie's security team? And here's an overhead shot so you can.
So that's the guy in the brown. What's the guy in the brown's name? So the guy in the brown who's in the front, his name is Rick Cutler.
See him on top of that wall and filming Charlie's team carrying Charlie to the SUV. Like I said, immediately following Charlie's shooting, he sprinted over to get in this position and film on his cell phone for some reason. So the question is, why would someone on Charlie's team sprint over with so much urgency simply to film the parking lot? Was this really top priority, the Charlie's team, immediately following Charlie being shot? Oh no, Charlie's been shot. Don't worry, I'll film the parking lot.
What is this? Like, what are you doing, sir?
Think on your feet, bro. And why no footage at all of Charlie at the hospital? That's very odd to me. And another thing that's never made sense to me, why is there no blood on the pavement here? Not a single drop. The pavement is absolutely spotless. And there does not appear to be any blood on any of the guys carrying Charlie to the SUV. All of this collectively is just very peculiar to me. And if this behavior from the guy in the gray shirt wasn't shady enough, wait until you see what he does after they drive Charlie away to the hospital. Yes, the guy in the gray shirt is indeed the one who grabbed the chair Charlie was shot on and then climbed all over the evidence to uninstall the camera directly behind Charlie during the shooting. And then, for good measure, takes out the memory card.
So YouTube, like I said, YouTube took one of my videos down because they accused me of saying that I don't even want to say it, but they accused me of saying that, or alluding to that, Charlie, didn't, I can't even say it because YouTube might say something about that, right? I just posted something on Patreon that may prove something that a lot of us have already been thinking, but I now have proof. Somebody said the link to buy the cars isn't working. Hold on. So let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So the link to buy the cars isn't working. So check this out, y'all. Click the link that says join my Patreon if you would like to see the video that I just put up proving the thing that all of us were already thinking that we can't say on YouTube. Because a lot of things that I talk about on YouTube, YouTube has shown me can't talk about it. Whoa. Thank y'all. Yes, the link isn't working. Oh, shit. Thank y'all for telling me the link isn't working. Thank y'all for telling me the damn link isn't. Boy, I tell y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. So hold on. I got a backup link. As a business, you always got to have a backup link. All right. So because somebody wanted to buy my card game. Boom. Wait. Why is it? What the hell is happening? Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. So look, if anybody wants to join my Patreon and actually see the evidence that I have that would prove the thing that we can't really say on YouTube, hit the link in the chat. So I'm going to drop my card game link, and I want to make sure the card game link works because YouTube is doing something. Wow. Okay. Card game link works. Patreon link works. And Cash App link works. So thank you for telling me that my link wasn't working. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So now we good. We got all the links working. So we are good. These damn people. All right. So let's do this. Hold on, what I got at the top? Okay. Yes. Okay. So my Patreon is linked at the top of the chat. It's only $4.99. Click the link, and I'm going to add more videos to my Patreon. But y'all got to see the video that I just posted on Patreon. It's only $4.99. So I need everybody watching to click the link that is pinned at the top of the chat, or that is in the chat right now that says join my Patreon. I promise you, you won't regret watching that video. It's only $4.99, and I'm going to add more videos. But hit that link because guess what? I can't say what I can say on Patreon here because YouTube would demonetize this damn video. All right, so let's keep going.
Robinson story couldn't get any crazier. So we now have the FBI getting orders to the. If this crazy Tyler Robinson story couldn't get any crazier. So we now have the FBI getting orders to the local sheriff's department to not interview any eyewitnesses. And this is coming from a report just put out by Project Constitution. Where is the media coverage outside of Tyler Robinson's house? Where are they knocking down doors and knocking down walls to interview his parents? And none of this shit's adding up. And now we're getting stand-down orders by the FBI ordering the local sheriff's department to not interview or question any eyewitnesses at the scene. This shit's not.
So what he's essentially saying, and I seen the whole video, they literally ran everybody off when Charlie Kirk got shot or killed or whatever. I seen the video. They literally told everybody go home. Everybody go home. Everybody leave, go home. And I'm like, I've never in my life seen police shoo away witnesses. Never in my life. And I'm like, are you shooing away thousands of witnesses? Why don't you ask some of the witnesses to come over here where it's safe and interview them? Well, guess what? The FBI literally told the police to shoo everybody away and don't interview. Watch this.
Adding up, guys. Check this video out.
1014. I'm still about 15 out, but the 1G unit that's going to be up there to interview, as per SBI and FBI, we've been given clear direction not to interview, confirming negative interview until they get there.
140, we were not going to interview. We are just arriving now.
Copy that.
151, this was relayed by Salt Lake. They're advising a complaining call.
Now, remember, interview means we're not going to question anybody.
Called 911, and he was stating there's an APB out on him for the shooting at UVU. He's now pinging at the Urban Pine.
Heather, Patreon might be $7.99 for an Apple user. I have an Android, so I don't go through all that dumb shit. So there's a possibility that your stupid Apple phone is charging you more money than it's supposed to be. But that's the problem with buying an Apple phone. That's why I would never have an Apple product in life, because it's highway robbery. I have an Android phone, so I don't have those problems. So Heather, it's $7.99 instead of $4.99 for my Patreon, because your phone is robbing you. Your phone is robbing you. Put a 1 in the chat if you got an Android phone. Ain't no way in hell I'll buy a goddamn Apple phone. That's the most disgusting thing in the world. I would never. Because they rob you. Look at this shit. You got to pay $7.99 for my $4.99 Patreon because you got a damn Apple phone. That's crazy. No way in hell. They robbing y'all asses. Charge you $1,000 for a phone and charge you $3 more for a damn every time you download the app. That's crazy.
Near Cafe at SMBB.
All right, hold on. Let me back this up. Ranting about Android. Sorry. Listen to this.
Clear direction not to interview, confirming negative interview until they get there.
140, we were not going to interview. We are just arriving now.
Copy that.
151, this was relayed by Salt Lake. They're advising a complaining called 911, and he was stating there's an APB out on him for the shooting at UVU. He's now pinging at the Urban Pioneer Cafe at SMBB. Break.
I was just told that the FBI wants you to stand by there with him, and they're on their way to you. Thank you. And that came from the agent that's leaving Provo PD right now.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. All right, so these are the idiots that we talked about earlier. These are the suspects that nobody questioned. This little boy right here, he had a camera also. We forgot all about him. He had a camera also. He disappeared too. And this girl. Who is this damn girl? Your glasses look good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So let's talk about Mr. Kozak. Let's talk about Hunter Kozak. This is going to be fun. I'm going to get back to this, but remember this face. I'll come back to it, but remember this face. Why did I put this right here? Oh, I just put this in as notes. All right. So we're going to get back to Hunter Kozak. Hold on. Where is Hunter Kozak? This is it right here. Explain to me why this young man. So check this out, y'all. When I told you we went down a rabbit hole today, we went all the way down the rabbit hole. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button, please. And thank you. Now, this is Hunter Kozak. Watch this. So can anybody explain to me why this young man that was standing in front of Charlie Kirk is practicing being outraged at seeing Charlie Kirk get shot or assassinated or whatever before he even arrives at the event?
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence?
This young man's name is Hunter Kozak, and for some reason, he was seen practicing being horrified by something. And then next thing you know, something horrifying happened 15 minutes later. So I want to ask you, do you think this was a coincidence? And if not, why would somebody be in the crowd practicing being horrified? And then out of nowhere, something horrifying happened, like he knew it was about to happen. So how do you think he did? Did he do a good job?
Finally, we have new information from Frank here. Check it out.
I'm standing 25 feet off.
Hold on, before we get to Frank. So can anybody explain to me why this died? And then out of nowhere, something horrifying happened, like he knew it was about to happen. So how do you? So check this out. Drop the rabbit hole emojis in the chat. Drop the rabbit hole emojis in the chat. Drop the rabbit hole emojis in the chat. Guess what, y'all? Hunter Kozak is the son of Steve Kozak. Who is Steve Kozak? The producer of, damn, what's the name of the show? What's the name of the show, y'all? Damn. Whose show got taken off? Which show just got taken off the air because of Trump? What's his name? Jimmy Kimmel. He's a son of the producer of the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Scooby-Doo. No. Hunter Kozak is the son of Jimmy Kozak, who is, not Jimmy Kozak, Steve Kozak, who is the producer of the Jimmy Kimmel Show. What does this mean? This means this is yet another sign of something not being the way it appears to be. Hence the reason why I just posted the video that I posted on Patreon. He was acting. I just showed you that he was acting. And then this is proof that he is an actor. That's him and his daddy. His daddy is the producer of the Jimmy Kimmel Show. This is his mama. We went all the way down the rabbit hole. We found his mama, his brother, we found everybody. Here's Steve Kozak right here. Let's read if y'all want to. Steve Kozak is one of the top clip producers in the industry, having spent 20 years alone in late night television, Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and Jimmy Kimmel Live. Previously, he was producer for Whose Line Is It Anyway for several seasons. After spending 7 years as news editor and segment assignment editor for Paramount. Give it a second. Whose Line Is It Anyway for several seasons. Okay. He recently co-directed. So he's used to producing and co-directing situations. He recently co-directed and co-produced a documentary called A Disturbance in the Force: How the Star Wars Holiday Special Happened. Applause Books commissioned him. Applause Books commissioned him to write a book about the same subject. Let's keep going. So his son is literally a method actor. This is it right here. Steve Kozak, film producer. Just so y'all know, I'm not making up stuff. He's a veteran in the television industry, which means his son is a baby veteran in the music industry. In the film industry. All right. So this right here are the guys that allegedly set up Charlie Kirk. So it looks to me that everybody here was literally a method actor. The Three Stooges right here. You want to know what they were down there doing? I could tell you what they were down there doing, but YouTube would demonetize my video. But guess what? I know what they're down there doing. I have proof of what they're down there doing behind the table, but I can't tell you. But you can go on Patreon, and the link is in the chat, and go see. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you would like to see what these three stooges are in under the table doing to Charlie Kirk, go to my Patreon. It's only $4.99. $7.99 for the Apple users, apparently. They adding $3.99 on you. That's crazy. But if you want to know what these three stooges are doing to Charlie Kirk or with Charlie Kirk, go to my Patreon right now. It's only $4.99 and go see for yourself. This whole thing was something, but I can't say what it was on YouTube because they'll demonetize my video. Yes, if you follow when you follow the money, you'll find everything. This shit is absolutely crazy.
Leak because it disrupts.
Hold on, something's going wrong. What are you doing? Okay, here we go. Shout out to Ted supporting the cause. My friend, keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Ted. I appreciate you. All right, so let's keep going. You know what? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. They'll do me. I can't. I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all a snippet, but a snippet would get my video demonetized. Y'all got to go over to my Patreon. All right. What's up, Nina? And I'm showing y'all this for a reason. Watch this.
Oh, hey, everybody clear out. Someone here.
What if I was to tell you that those two guys are, well, no, I'm not going to say the police officer is, but what if I was, let me keep going. What if I was to tell you that both of these guys are method actors? Would you believe me? Would you believe me if I told you that these two guys were method actors? See, not the cleanup crew, because they ain't do nothing. When I say they didn't do anything, I mean they did not do a thing. They just stood there watching. So another thing I found out is how everybody is some kin to everybody else. Everybody is some kin to everybody else. Those two boys are taking a class in, I forgot the name of it, but like worst case scenario training, like crisis training. Whoa, hold on. Stephen Campbell. Oh, yo, shout out to Stephen Campbell with the $200 cash app. Thank you, sir. Sheesh. Yo, thank you so much. Stephen Campbell just came through with a $200 cash app. Thank you, sir. And shout out to Tracy for becoming a new member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So those two boys are alleged method actors, and they are taking up a crisis prevention practice course of some sort. And what does that have to do with Charlie Kirk? Absolutely nothing, because Charlie Kirk died, and rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And if you want me to say something other than that, you got to go to my Patreon. But on YouTube, I'm going to say Charlie Kirk died on September 10th, and rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and to his family. But if you want me to say something different than that, you got to go to my Patreon, where I may say something different than that. But on YouTube, I will say rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and he died on September 10th. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. But on my Patreon, I'm saying something different. I'm just saying. So these two boys are taking a method acting class in crisis prevention. You know how he rushes past like he just did something? He didn't do nothing. Look at him. Watch this. Where you going? Look how he looking like he just panicking. He ain't even did nothing. He didn't do a damn thing. So let's go farther, because what I'm about to share with y'all is going to blow your mind. All right. Remember, I started off talking about the churches, right? And how TPUSA and the churches are working together and all of this stuff, right? So let's go a little farther. The connection with the churches. There's something called TPUSA Faith. Did y'all know that? Turning Point USA Faith. There's another part of TPUSA. It's called TPUSA Faith. And there's another called Turning Point USA Action. Tiffany, can you stop saying that? You can say that in my Patreon comments, but please don't say that in my YouTube comments. Remember, I'll be having problems with YouTube, so please stop saying that. Cruz, Red Eye, please stop saying that in my comments, please. You go to Patreon and say it in the comments. You're welcome to say it over there, but you can't say it over here because I don't want YouTube to demonetize my video, y'all. Come on, y'all. All right. TPUSA raised $11 million the day Charlie Kirk died. TPUSA Faith has control of almost every large church in Arizona. And when you control the churches, you control two things. You control the money and you control the people. See, this is way bigger than any of us even thought of. This is about fundraising. TPUSA makes about $85 million per year. Why the hell are they trying to ask us for some damn money? They make $85 million a year. What are they doing with the money? What do they construct? What do they build? All they do is sit around and just argue with students all day. How the hell are they making $85 million a year? IHOP. They don't make $85 million a year. They get $85 million a year in donations. Why? In order to cape for IHOP. That is the reason why Charlie Kirk is no longer here anymore. $85 million every year. Here's proof. And a lot of that money comes from foreign donors, including IHOP. TPUSA Superfeed Technologies, which, as some of you already know, is owned by Erika Kirk's mother, Lori Fonsvey. Hold on, I got a video that I did not send. Where is it? I got one more video for y'all. Found it. Is this it? Where is oh, hold on. I gotta find the video. Recent. Here it is. Found it. All right, so let me send it to my phone. I mean, my computer. Give it 15 seconds. Six, 2, 5, 5, 4, 3. Where is it? Hold on, y'all.
Turning Point USA executives to issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true. About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright, okay? Charlie was done. He said it explicitly, that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back because he was standing up for himself? And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion could happen? It's a yes or a no. Explicitly, I want to hear from Turning Point USA that I'm lying about that. I want you to say, no, it was just, he was feeling a little bit of pressure. No, I want you to literally answer what I have just said. It either happened or it didn't. I'm either making it all up or it happened exactly as I'm saying. And while we're at it, may I ask, what is the name of the Jewish donor who sponsored the Hamptons weekend? Okay. And to Pastor Rob McCoy, were there any LLCs that you or your son were being paid through that sat outside of Turning Point? I'm asking that question genuinely. Yeah, I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted. I am genuinely disgusted. I am looking around and wondering whether Charlie's entire life was the Truman Show. None of you guys are behaving in the way that you should be behaving, okay? There is no way you are letting these lies fly unless, as I am hearing, unless it is true that there was a big payday that was on the line. And if Charlie radically stated that he was done with Israel, if Charlie said he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause because of, and I quote, Jewish donors, the behavior of Jewish donors, if he said that, yes or no, well then, I don't know, maybe some people didn't want to take that risk that he was going to become Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson at Turning Point USA with so much presence across college campuses. Maybe they didn't want to take the chance. You see, I'm just one person, so it's easy to just try to cancel my life and lie on me every second of every day. But Turning Point USA, I think, got a little bit bigger than Charlie, and I'm no longer going to allow this lie in this narrative. So answer the questions, yes or no. And I'm going to, again, challenge you to lie. And if you do lie, I'm going to expose the lies, and I'm going to start dropping videos, actually. So that's where I'm at. Enough of the games.
Get their ass,
with trying
Candace.
to allow Israel to wrangle a narrative that you know is not true.
From DC to Tel Aviv. These people took Charlie Kirk's life from him because they gave him his life. Because they gave him his life. Because they gave him his life. They set him up with his wife. Trump procured this woman. Charlie Kirk met her on a trip to. They set him up with the funding. They set him up with all of these different satellite clubs and TPUSA chapters all over the place. And Charlie Kirk was expected to push the 100% pro-Israel party line at all times. And for a long time he did, until he didn't. What did we see from Charlie Kirk right before his death? He was anti-war. He wouldn't beat the war drum. He opposed war with Iran. He was shouted down, apparently, by President Trump for opposing that war with Iran. He was no longer appealing to the evangelical forever war crowd, and it made the mad. And Charlie Kirk betrayed them. He betrayed Benjamin Netanyahu when he turned down $150 million worth of funding to TPUSA. He betrayed the who made him who he was when he wouldn't cheerlead for the war or stand by the Jeffrey Epstein cover-up. This guy was a Jesus-believing father, and they expected him to sign off on and child, and he just wouldn't do it. So he finally started to stand up to them. And then you saw the...
Thank you, Barbara, for the Cash App. Thank you so much, Barbara, for the Cash App. And for those of you wondering why people are being so gracious with the Cash Apps, it's because lately, since I've been talking about Charlie Kirk, I would say 60% of my videos that I did on Charlie Kirk have been demonetized. And I don't even be saying nothing crazy. Probably the first two videos when I was showing the, what's going on with his neck. And I could kind of like understand those. But what happened to the third video and the fourth video and the sixth video and the seventh video? It's like 7, 8 videos that they've demonetized. YouTube has. So it's like every time I wake up, I get another video that's demonetized, and this is how I make a living. So I just ask if anybody watching would like to support the cause. If y'all want me to keep going down these rabbit holes and, advocating for the children instead of just talking about dumb shit, because I can talk about dumb shit, make money. But when I talk about something real, like I'm doing now, I get demonetized. So that's why I ask, donate to the channel or contribute to the channel. Cash App is $AARON 1000. And the Cash App link is in the chat also, if y'all want to. But yeah, but thank you to the people who have been dropping Cash Apps. I really appreciate it because it's a lot, y'all. I be on here for like 2-3 hours. You know what I'm saying? I put all this information together just to get done with the live and don't make no money. So yeah, it's a lot, y'all. It's like going to work and then going home, and then when you get done fighting traffic and you get home, your job tell you they're not going to pay you. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Rest. It's nothing new that if you're in the intel agencies, you want to try and get as much blackmail on powerful people as possible. Easy, not hard. And this is no longer just speculation. First of all, the evidence that shows that Epstein was a creation of either Mossad, intelligence, American intelligence, Saudi intelligence, or maybe he was just a hired gun. Maybe he was just the guy that countries would go to and park a couple $100 million and say, hey, can you get one of the members of the royal family with a 13-year-old so we can get them to do what we want to do?
Right there, right there, right there. This is what this is all about. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why or how IHOP has so much of a stronghold on the politicians in the United States. Put a 1 in the chat if you would like to know why and how IHOP has so much of a stronghold on the politicians in the United States. Because Charlie Kirk just said it. Epstein was literally the conduit to the blackmail. See, all these little old white men with little dicks, they can't get no women, and they wife is old and white too, so they don't want to have sex with their wives. They want to have sex with, women, that are in their 30s, I'll say. I'll just say safely, and they want to have sex with women in their 30s, right? But when you're a politician and you're married and you old as hell, don't nobody want to have sex with you. And you're not supposed to have sex with nobody else because you're a politician and you want to get voted back in so you can keep making money. So if you want some ass, whether it's right or wrong, from somebody that's not old and wrinkly, what do? You holler at your boy, the Epster. And it's on a hush, hush, shh, I ain't gonna say nothing, right? So you're gonna hang with the Epster, right? And some of these old white men are nasty. And they like tadpoles and not 30-year-old women. So this is what happens. Because he just said it right here.
Intelligence, American intelligence, Saudi intelligence, or maybe he was just a hired gun. Maybe he was just the guy that countries would go to and park a couple $100 million and say, hey, can you get one of the members of the royal family with a 13-year-old so we can get them to do what we want to do?
That part right there. So these nasty old men with old shriveled up dicks, because one of the reasons why they like the tadpoles is because they little, and a grown woman can't do no with that. So they go to the tadpoles, which is disgusting, right? So this is what happens. They go over to IHOP and hang out with the Epster and start hanging out with the Epster, and they're like, oh, women everywhere of different sizes, shapes, ethnicities, and ages. So next thing you know, they're like, whoa, women. Oh, I want that one. Oh, hey, can I get that one? Yeah, you get that one. I want that one. It's like a kid in the candy store, right? So next thing you know, they in there like, just having a ball, catching all kinds of nuts, right? Then they go home to their little old wrinkly wives, because dude be like 70 years old, and they get a call from the Epster and say, hey, I just want to let you know that all that on some tadpoles, we got it on camera. You're like, what? Yeah, we caught that on camera. So because you are over on my island acting nasty, and I see you slap that girl, and I seen you do this, and I seen you do that, and you stick your finger in here, and stuff like that. I seen all that. He's like, whoa. No, it's okay. I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm the Epster. I just need a favor from you. Sure, whatever you want. Ooh, he's old as hell. Ooh, whatever you want. I don't care. I need you to do this. No matter what, do this. And if you don't do this, I'm going to tell your wife, or I'm going to tell the public. Okay. And next thing you know, you got politicians, you got generals of the army, you got leaders of other countries, all in your pocket. But all these old ass men need to do is don't do nothing. But here's the problem. When you're 70 years old and you're old and wrinkly and your wife is old as hell, and you got to be this Mr. Goody, so you can't go buy no ass in your own city because you'll get caught because you're a politician and your face is all on billboards. Hi, I'm so-and-so and I'm your mayor. Or hi, I'm so-and-so. I am your governor. You can't go to a little spot and just buy some pussy real quick. You can't do that. So you're like, damn, man, I would love to just go, do a little something. Like, I'm tired of my little old ass wife. She dealing with menopause, coochie. Like, I want some, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you're like, yo, what am I going to do? I'm a politician. I can't just drive down the street and just, hey, how much? You can't do that. See, I could do that. Y'all could do that. Some of y'all do that. But a politician that's been on billboards, somebody that's on Congress, they can't risk that. So what do? They got to go over to IHOP or over to this island or over to this country that has different laws where all that crazy shit that he wants to do, he want to get tied up. He want to get spanked. He probably want to do some gay shit. He can do it over there. But now, when he does it, it is on camera, just like with the Diddy stuff. The Diddy stuff was the same thing with the Ep stuff. It's the same shit. That's why I did the Diddy videos. Because Diddy was doing the shit. Diddy was framing people. That's the reason why Diddy only got 4 years. Because nobody came forward to say anything and testify, because Diddy had everybody on camera. He had J-Lo on camera. He had all the chicks on camera. He had all the dudes on camera. Everybody doing gay shit. He had Russell Simmons on camera. So nobody is going to come out and say anything. And y'all already know Diddy, Trump, and the Epster was all hanging together for I don't know how long. See, this goes back to what's the dude with the Playboy Mansion? What's the dude name? The little old dude that was smashing all the chicks. What's the Playboy Mansion dude name? They've been doing this. What's the Playboy Mansion dude name? Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner was the original Epstein. So it's Hugh Hefner, it was Epstein, then it turned into Diddy. All these old ass men. See, we black men, we just gonna cheat on our girl. I'm not saying it's right. We just gonna cheat on our girl and be done with it. We ain't gonna be doing all this weird shit. Them old white men, they gotta do some weirdo shit. And I'm not saying it's right to cheat, but we're just gonna cheat because women still want us. Like, I can pull a chick just like that. So when we get older, we can still pull chicks, but don't nobody want no old ass white man. So they got to go to other countries and go to other islands and do all this weird shit because they were weirdos when they were young. They couldn't get no ass when they were young because they were incels. So that's the reason why so many politicians are caught up in this and are having to do whatever Israel tells them to do, because Israel, IHOP, why y'all ain't stop me, y'all? IHOP lets them do whatever the hell they want to do, with whatever age they want to do, whatever they want to do. It could be a goat, a person, an object. Knock yourself out. So that is the reason why IHOP has everybody in America, well, the old white man in America, by the balls. All right. So let's keep going. I just needed y'all to understand that because that was very important.
Of Congress are actively being blackmailed. The Epstein playbook is being used on a daily basis. Jeffrey Epstein was not a financier. He was not a hedge fund manager. Jeffrey Epstein was a key player in a multi-decade blackmail operation against the most powerful people on the planet.
At me is the fact that Turning Point will not release the footage, okay? I don't understand it. Every excuse that I have been handed for why they won't release it makes no sense to me. If you are under pressure, if people are starting to look at you funny as an organization, if they're thinking that, whether rightfully or wrongfully, if they are suspecting because they see this footage of someone quickly remove the SD cards, that you guys had something to do with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and you quite literally have footage that in theory should vindicate yourself, why wouldn't you release it? Think about that. It's just in your own capacity. If somebody is saying you are guilty of anything, if they're like, Candace, you are absolutely guilty of breaking into my car. And I'm like, I have a camera right here that shows that I did not break into your car. Would it make sense if I was like, but I'm not going to release that? I'm not going to release that. Because it's not right. It's not right for me to release. What? It makes no sense.
Oh, shit. Shout out to Francine Tacker. Thank you for the $49.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, Francine. Yo, y'all are showing me so much love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Because I ain't gonna lie, it's been very difficult for the last month. I've been catching all kinds of hell. I'm getting all these goddamn views, and some of the damn videos don't even make no damn money. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Francine Tacker, for the $50 super chat. And shout out to Tracy Lynn. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And y'all make sure to become a member of my Patreon. I'm telling y'all now, it's only $4.99. I'm dropping a link in the chat right now. Make sure to become a member of my Patreon, because I'm about to start dropping all kinds of stuff that I can't say on YouTube over there. I think I go live over there too, but I got to figure that out. So make sure to become a member of my Patreon. It's only $4.99.
I don't understand why they would not release this. The idea that it's because, well, the feds are saying the feds cannot arrest you. Last I checked, the feds cannot bring charges against you for releasing footage that you own. And since when do we trust the feds? Certainly Charlie didn't. He didn't believe we were getting the truth about the Epstein files and things of that nature. So I don't accept that.
The hypothesis is a acoustic trigger that detonated 2 to 3 grams.
Nope. I'm so scared. I ain't gonna play it. I ain't gonna play it. I ain't gonna play it.
He's further investigating what people would call conspiracy theories. So even he is saying there's more.
Thank you, Valentine TV, for becoming a new member. Thank you.
More to the story, and there may be a cover-up.
Breaking news tonight. The FBI says the Charlie Kirk conspiracy theories are legit. That's the first time we've ever heard that from the government. Think about it. JFK, UFOs, it goes on and on and on. But tonight, Kash Patel says he is actually investigating the many conspiracy theories surrounding the murder of Charlie Kirk. Listen.
FBI Director Patel now investigating conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk's murder. Patel was able to dismiss a theory a pilot was involved because they turned off their transponder moments after the shooting, but says others could be credible. They include theories about accomplices, authenticity of the text conversation between Robinson and his roommate, the bullet's trajectory, and even why Kirk, who normally wears black, was clad in white that day.
You know, I've never...
There was a theory that said, should I say this? I'm just going to say it. There's a theory that said Charlie Kirk usually wore black, but he wore white on September 10th with freedom across the front of his shirt, and then got shot in the neck, or popped in the neck, because I don't think he got shot, in order to tell the rest of the world that freedom died that day. What do y'all think about that? And that's just a theory that somebody brought up. Charlie Kirk had a white shirt that said freedom. And if you remember, mysteriously, when he fell on the ground, the freedom was no longer on his shirt. The freedom was no longer on his shirt, which means freedom died that day. Now, I don't know much about that theory. That wasn't my theory, but that's kind of like what they wanted to do. They wanted to say or set some new precedent to say to the world that freedom just died. I'm not saying that's true, but that's what somebody said. And when they lifted him up, somehow freedom disappeared from his shirt, because freedom died September 10th. I don't know. All right, let's keep going. I got more. Did he do a good job?
Finally, we have new information from Frank here. Check it out.
I'm standing 25 feet off Charlie's right elbow. Oh yeah, I'm the guy in the white hat making the signals to the sniper. Yeah, you probably saw that on the internet. And we know if it's on the internet, it has to be true. You know, I just got a call from an FBI agent.
Here's one of the other idiots right here.
2 hours ago. Are you the guy in the white hat? Yeah, a guy that interviewed me in the hospital last week. He said there's a guy in D.C. that he just wants us to check into it. I'm like, are you crazy? First of all, there's a sniper on the roof. Does he need some guy standing 25 feet from the target to go, yeah, there he is. He's looking through a scope. We just had to check into it, sir.
Frank, I respect you, but frankly, I would have liked a more direct answer. Were you using internal signs for the security team, or was that completely made up? Now, it is a silly note that a sniper who's looking down the scope needs a signal from a guy who's 25 feet off to his side, but okay, would have liked the straight answer, and I would have liked that video you were taking.
And then I hear this pop.
Shout out to Lola. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Pone Loha. Thank you so much for the $20 Cash App. Pone Loha. Did I get it right? Pone Loha. Shout out to Pone Loha for the $20 Cash App. Thank you so much. Hopefully I got your name right. Let me know if I got your name right or not. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Tracy, for the $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get some noises. I'll make some noise. I got a whole thing over here, but I don't know how to make the noises work. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And I see Charlie go back. And my first thought was, no, because I thought this might happen at some point. And I started to head toward him, and the security team was right there. So then I ducked down thinking there would be more shots. And they went that way, and I went this way, and I met them at the car.
Now, during the shot, we see him hold the camera, but he's in shock, kind of peeks out, and then he ducks down right here. Now, this is somebody who thinks it was all staged, there was a blood bag, and Frank is in on it. And he's like, well, how would Frank know to get ahead and go secure a vehicle? I would argue with Frank's military background, 8 years, that he would know to go get an exit vehicle right away, and that Charlie was swarmed and had the help he needed. He did mention this gal on the bottom right. You can barely see her with the arms there. Continues to film to the left and doesn't follow the crowd on camera, and that's a little odd. Now let me make something clear. I do believe in crisis actors. If you don't, check out this guy again.
This is such bullshit! I've never been so pissed in my whole life! And this murder Charlie Kirk right here in Utah! I'm so freaking pissed right now! This is bullshit! I just saw blood squirting out of his neck! I love that guy!
Are you kidding me? Like, Frank, however, is a man who's crying over someone that was like a son to him.
Now,
wait, was that one of the little signs, or are you trying to put out another sign or something? What is that? What does that mean? Like, what is that? Because you're not crying, just like Charlie Kirk's wife. She wasn't crying either. Y'all just make all these little weird suggestions like y'all crying.
Charlie wasn't there. His eyes were fixed.
Charlie
he wasn't
there.
looking at me. He was looking past me right into eternity. He was with Jesus already.
Yeah, because he's looking at you like, you stupid idiot. You didn't protect me. That's what he said.
He was killed instantly.
And you were a bitch instantly.
Felt absolutely no pain. That's what I was told later.
So if you can trust Frank now, I'm going to show you a few interesting details what he's about to say.
And so I texted him. I said, Charlie, I hope you've increased your security detail. He says, oh, I have. They want me dead.
I'm looking down at Charlie. I mean, he's a foot from me. His face is a foot from me. And his eyes are fixed, Megan. He's not looking at me. He's looking into eternity. He was already with Jesus. Absent from the body, present with the Lord, says the New Testament. And we had to start CPR anyway, so we did. I just started pounding on him, trying to get him to respond. Couldn't do it. Got to the hospital and just ran him right in through the emergency room, and they had a team there, and they started pounding on him and started putting blood in him, and they did get a pulse.
There was this meeting that took place in the Hamptons that allegedly Charlie was threatened.
All of these conservative young influencers who basically knew nothing were brought out
to the Hamptons to basically hang out and party and feel like they were, you know, in a reality show. And they were told that they were going to talk about Mahmoud Mamdani, who's likely to be the next.
Shout out to Robert. Thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you.
Next New York mayor. And then in the middle of the meeting, I was told this by someone who was there. Ackman turns the whole thing into an argument about Israel. And then coming out of this meeting, everybody was offered a free trip to Israel. And Xavier.
Oh, hold on. I want to show y'all something. Real quick. I want to show y'all something. Remember, Buddy was, what the hell? Remember, Buddy was crying and shit, talking about he couldn't do nothing. I want to just remind you of, so this
Right
is
here.
what Frank Turek, hold on. This is what Frank Turek was actually doing. And then out of nowhere, something horrifying happened. Like he knew it was about to.
True. You know, I just got a call from an FBI agent 2 hours ago. Are you the guy in the white hat?
Frank, I respect you, but frankly, I would have liked a more direct answer. Were you using internal signs for the security team, or was that
bullshit? I've never been so
right here? Right here.
And then I hear this pop. True. You know, and then I hear this pop.
I hear it.
And I see Charlie go back. And my first thought was, no, because I thought this might happen at some point. And I started to head toward him, and the security team was right there. So then I ducked down thinking there would be more shots. And they went that way, and I went this way, and I met them at the car.
No.
So this is what he was doing. This 8-year military vet was on the ground twerking like Sexy Red. This man literally got on the ground and started twerking like Sexy Red, staring from afar like he's admiring Charlie Kirk instead of helping Charlie Kirk. Sir, you are a bitch. He's on the ground like he's looking at a concert or some shit. Like, what are you looking at, sir? Get off your knees. You're not in jail, sir. Like, why are you on your knees? Doesn't he feel very comfortable just on his knees?
During the shot, we see him hold the
This
camera,
man
but
drops to his knees and just start. Cause I want y'all to think about something. If I hear shots, I'm gonna go like this. This nigga's on his knees like this. Like he wants some old shots or something. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, who does that? He's not ducking. It's like he wants some more or something. That shit is crazy.
Busher and the years 2011 to
something very, very dark. Okay, despite the mainstream fact checkers telling us there's nothing to see here regarding some pretty heinous allegations, I'm here to tell you that the evidence is actually all there.
Believe that we all have angels in our lives. And these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania.
This is from a Romanian newspaper. This headline is translated, but it reads, a former translator from the American base in the city of Romania that I'm not going to pronounce, accuses, and she says that it's a real brothel operated here where minors were brought in. Quote, Anna Maria Nasiu was until recent years a translator at the American base, once again, city, can't pronounce it, Romanian name. Everything seemed to be normal until Anna Maria discovered that in this military unit belonging to NATO forces, there was a real brothel where underage girls came to satisfy the desires of some soldiers, especially the commander of the Black Sea Area Support Team base, Otto Busher. Okay, Otto Busher, remember that name. This next part is where the dots will connect. Okay, I'm gonna show you this video right here that was posted by Erika Kirk, then Erika Fransvi, on Vimeo. Basically, it's a commercial for Romanian Angels, and it was posted in 2013. It's basically a fluff video, but at the end, the person she thanks is none other than Colonel Otto Busher. Yeah, here is a copy of the criminal complaint. It is in Romanian, but you can see the name Otto Busher, and the years 2011 to 2013 is when these alleged crimes took place. So the person that Erika Kirk was working with in Romania to quote unquote help orphan children was accused of, yeah, not good. And you might be like, why have I never heard of this? Well, there's something called the U.S.-Romania Defense Cooperation Agreement that was signed back in 2005, wherein crimes committed by U.S. military personnel on Romanian bases used by U.S. forces fall under U.S. jurisdiction, especially if they occur while on duty or within the installations. So essentially, everything was just swept under the rug. This guy, Otto Buscher, just retires, and according to my research, here's his LinkedIn, he's like having a nice, quiet retirement in New Hampshire. Erika Kirk's Romanian Angels mysteriously just shuts down shortly thereafter. She then keeps a pretty low profile until she is set up on a TPUSA interview with Charlie Kirk, and they fall in love, they get married, and you won't believe this, but their wedding was actually funded by TPUSA, so very interesting. And fast forward.
Their wedding was funded by TPUSA. See, not only was their wedding funded by TPUSA, but Erika Kirk's parents are funded by TPUSA. Erika Kirk's parents are funded by TPUSA also. I just wanted to say that. That's how they get paid.
As we all know now, Charlie Kirk dies a gruesome death, and she takes over as CEO of Turning Point with the new organization now much more powerful than it ever was. So it's almost like Charlie is more valuable to them dead than alive.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Charlie is more valuable to them dead than alive.
Just feels wrong here.
Arizona, USA, 2012. Erika Franzwey.
Oh shit, it's right here. Let's talk about Erika Kirk's mom. Her name is Lori Franzwey. Right here, she's over E3 Tech Group. And remember, this is Charlie Kirk's wife's mother. E3 Tech Group is associated with Lori Franzwey, Erika Kirk's mother, specializes in cybersecurity. Company provides solutions for protection against natural and man-made disasters. It gets worse. E3 Tech Group collaborates with the government, including the Department of Defense and NASA.
Congratulations, Erika Franzwey.
So this is when it gets really worse. This is Erika Kirk's wife's father. Government agencies, including the Department of Defense. Erika Kirk's father is known for also. Thank you, Grace, for becoming a member. Working with AZ Tech International, and that's a consulting firm for U.S. government agencies, including Department of Defense and the Department of Energy. Some third-party data indicates that AZ Tech International received contracts totaling over $2.6 million from the Department of Defense between 2000 and 2010. So it gets worse. He has leadership roles, keyword leadership roles, within defense companies like Raytheon's IHOP division, contributing to projects such as IHOP's Iron, I will say, Skillet missile defense system. So what all this means is, if Erika's mother and Erika's father are working with IHOP, Erika Kirk's parents are not only working with the missile defense side, the cybersecurity side, but also Superfeed Technologies, which has a lot to do with controlling the narrative of their users when it comes to political campaigns. Remember, she's in cybersecurity and she has. Now, remember, I started this show off by talking about how Turning Point USA is a data farming company. Remember the geofencing stuff? So imagine one, you are a professional in cybersecurity. You make your money doing cybersecurity for IHOP. Secondarily, you do geofencing for Turning Point USA. And where's all the information that you're getting from all of the churchgoers and all of the students? It's going to IHOP. She's literally selling information to IHOP. Why? How? I don't know how, because somehow it's legal. But why? So they can track your daughters. They can track your daughters. When your daughter goes to the movies with her friends, after leaving this Turning Point church or this Turning Point event or signing up for some type of Turning Point thing, they now have your daughter's phone geo-tracked, which means they know your daughter's location. You ever wonder how so many women go missing every day? Not every month, every day, because of stuff like this. These phones, whatever website you go to, whatever building you go to, there may be a geotag on your phone or on your daughter's phone. And then she goes to the movies with her friends. And then somebody can see, they had the movies. Let me see. Next thing you know, your daughter is walking out of the movies with her friend. They're walking out of the movies. And they sit in the parking lot waiting on your daughter and her friend. And then, bop! She has a mace. But mace can't stop somebody that knows your exact location because they can see you before you can see them. Yes. Yes. Geo-trafficking. Turning Point USA allegedly is allowing, possibly, I don't know. I don't want to get sued. But what if Turning Point, with their geo fencing, they sell that information to IHOP, and now geo fencing turns into geo trafficking? Thank you so much for the super chat. Where is your link to your Patreon? Boom. You ain't had to tell me once. Wow. There you go. Where is it? I just dropped it in the link. I just dropped it in the chat. So all in one place. Let me know if you see it, because you got to see the video that I just posted. And they over there watching it right now, and they commenting, and they're like, "Woohoo! Oh shit!" So the people who sign up for my Patreon, they just watched the video that I posted over there, and they're in the comments like, "Oh shit!" So if you want to see what everybody else is seeing over on Patreon, the link is pinned at the top of the chat, and the link is now in the chat now. I posted it again. Sign up for the Patreon. It's only $4.99, and that is just the beginning, because y'all already know it's certain things I can't talk about over here. But my air-actuated pellet discharger theory, part of it is true. Part of it is true. And I have proof that it's true in that Patreon video. I can't play it here because YouTube would demonetize me. So make sure to hit the Patreon link and go see what everybody is so shocked that I just post on Patreon. Patreon is in the chat. Let's keep going. So this is when it gets really worse. This is Erika Kirk's wife's father. Government agencies, including the Department of Defense, Erika Kirk's father is known for also working with AZ Tech International, and that's a consulting firm for U.S. government agencies, including Department of Defense and the Department of Energy. Some third-party data indicates that AZ Tech International received contracts totaling over $2.6 million from the Department of Defense between 2000 and 2010. So it gets worse. He has leadership roles, keyword leadership roles within defense companies like Raytheon's IHOP division, contributing to projects such as IHOP's Iron, I will say, Skillet missile defense system. So what all this means is if Erika's mother and Erika's father are working with IHOP, Erika Kirk's parents are not only working with the missile defense side, the cybersecurity side, but also Superfeed Technologies, which has a lot to do with controlling the narrative of their users when it comes to political campaigns. Remember, she's in cybersecurity and she has your phone data. What do you think she's doing with it? She's finding out what the average person is thinking, wanting, what they're scrolling, what they're looking at, what they're buying, who they may be texting, what they're actually talking about, what content they're sharing, what group chats they're in. So this whole thing is about data farming. Not only do they have the hearts and minds and data of all these students that Charlie Kirk had influence over, they also have the hearts and minds of all of these churches. So it's not just money, it's not just data, but it's influence. And all of this money, data, and influence is going back or is funneled back to IHOP. And now, because of Erika Kirk and her parents, IHOP now knows where your daughter lives, where your son lives, their ages, their preferences, their wants, their needs, what type of nasty sites they're going on in their phones. And since all these young people sign up for Turning Point USA and their database, and millions of young people sign up for their terms and conditions, which nobody read, which now they're geotagged, which means somebody may actually know not only where your daughter is, but where your daughter goes to when she goes shopping, what mall she likes to go to, what movie theater she likes to go to. And if all of this information were to fall into the wrong hands, because I don't want to get sued, so I'm not making any accusations of anything. But if this information fell into the wrong hands, do you think they would easily be able to geographically find out not only where your daughter is, but where your daughter is about to be in the next 45 minutes? How would that affect you and your family? See, these countries don't care about money. They either don't need money or they have more money than we do. They don't need oil. They don't need all these other things. They need the tadpoles.
No grieving saint. She's wired into the machine. Knights of Malta? Spot on. She flashed that.
Before we get into that, I want to say this. Oil burns off. Money gets spent. They are not fighting for money. They're not fighting for oil. They're fighting for coochie. Because coochie never burns off. Coochie can't get spent. Coochie is never ending. That's the reason why traffic lights are always going to be the most money-making industry in the world. It's not cars, it's not buses, it's not oil, it's not stocks, it's not bonds, it's not all this other stuff. It's coochie. Because coochie is it never ends. Regardless, I mean, well, whether, whatever age she is to whatever age she gets. That's 40 years of $100. And the average prostitute probably fucks 10 to 20 times a day. So that's kind of like why they want your tadpoles, because the younger they are, the longer the lifespan of the business. Do y'all see why it's $1 billion business? Everything else, you know, tires, waste away. This water, I drink it, it's gone. I need some more water. You know, this car game, you play it, you get bored, you don't play no more. But coochie never ends. You have sex with a girl, in another 2 hours, you want to have sex with her again. Food, you eat it, you shit it out. You got to go find some new food. But a woman, it goes on for a lifetime. Yep, is the world's oldest and most productive profession in the world. And this is the reason why I do what I do. I don't give a damn about politics. I care about us as parents, because I got daughters of my own, protecting our children from these evil, disgusting pieces of shit out here. Because they want to sell your tadpole to some old fat white man, or some old fat black man, or some old fat Chinese man, whatever. But it's some old fat man that can't get no coochie, that is calling up some hotline, and they're like, we are out of girls, so give me 2 hours. And they get on a little geo-tracking thing, and they look for your tadpole. Next thing you know, shoot, got another one. Pick her up. Here comes the old fat man. Oh, this is a good one. You know what I'm saying? It's ugly, but to these countries is a never-ending moneymaker. They're sharing what group chats they're in. So this whole thing is about data farming. Not only do they have the hearts and minds and data of all these students that Charlie Kirk had influence over, they also have the hearts and minds of all of these churches. So it's not just money, it's not just data, but it's influence. And all of this. Hold on. Gambling Gator says, why wouldn't the smart people who are part of TPUSA have researched all of this, being on the inside and exposing this? Why do you think? Gambling Gator? They wanted Charlie Kirk gone too. That's why his wife is up here fake crying like an idiot. What do you think? They want to get to the money. They want to run the coochie just like the IHOP wants to run the coochie. They want to run the coochie. That's why. They don't give a damn. See, Charlie Kirk gave a damn. But they trying to run some coochie. Thank you, Rob, for becoming a new member. What are y'all talking about? I don't get it. What do you mean? Are you saying it? No, I'm not saying that, Peter. I would never say that. First of all, I didn't say nothing about that. I would never say such a thing. But yes. See, I don't want to answer to a particular person, but the answer is yes. That's what I'm saying. But no, I would never say something like that. But to somebody else, I'm reading another comment. Yes, to that other comment. Yes. The answer is yes. I'm answering somebody's question. Yes. The answer is yes. Yes. How many times you gonna say that? Yes. What's up, Toy? Want me to say it in another? What you want me to say it in Spanish? Sí. What do you mean? What do you want me to say? Why you keep asking the same goddamn question over again? C. Money, data, and influence is going back or is funneled back to IHOP. And now, because of Erika Kirk and her parents, IHOP now knows where your daughter lives, where your son lives, their ages, their preferences, their wants, their needs, what type of nasty sites they're going on in their phones. And since all these young people signed up for Turning Point USA and their database, and millions of young people sign up for their terms and conditions, which nobody read, which now they're geotagged, which means somebody may actually know not only where your daughter is, but where your daughter goes to when she goes shopping, what mall she likes to go to, what movie theater she likes to go to. And if all of this information were to fall into the wrong hands, because I don't want to get sued, so I'm not making any accusations of anything. But if this information fell into the wrong hands, do you think they would easily be able to geographically find out not only where your daughter is, but where your daughter is about to be in the next 45 minutes? How would that affect you and your family? See, these. Shout out to Eye of Taurus. TikTok lets them get a preview of. Hey man, I don't know what you're talking about. Countries don't care about money. They either don't need money or they have more money than we do. They don't need oil. They don't need all these other things. They need the tadpoles.
No grieving saint. She's wired into the machine. Knights of Malta? Spot on. She flashed that Black Cross pendant in her first widow clip, same one every sovereign military order knight wears, and her family's donated heavy to Catholic orders forever. Freemason angle's subtler. Her dad, Kent Francevey, wasn't just Raytheon. He chaired their Israel division, funneled billions in Iron Dome cash while Charlie's old man designed Trump Tower. Yeah, but also the bunker levels nobody admits exist. Erika?
Y'all heard that? The bunker levels? Y'all heard that? And who did it? Listen to this.
She's wired into the machine. Knights of Malta? Spot on. She flashed that Black Cross pendant in her first widow clip, same one every sovereign military order knight wears, and her family's donated heavy to Catholic orders forever. Freemason angle's subtler. Her dad, Kent Francevey, wasn't just Raytheon. He chaired their Israel division, funneled billions in Iron Dome cash while Charlie's old man.
Charlie's old man. And I'll talk about Charlie's dad on Patreon. Who seen what I said about Charlie Kirk's dad on Patreon? Who signed up for the Patreon and seen the video? Put a 1 in the chat if you signed up for Patreon and watch the video. Don't say what's in the video. But we over on Patreon know who Charlie Kirk's dad is. Do you know there's no pictures of Charlie Kirk's dad? There's no pictures of Charlie Kirk's mom. Charlie Kirk died, and at his memorial, his parents did not want to show themselves. Why is it that the parents of this young man don't want to show themselves? I want y'all to think about that. Why did Charlie Kirk's own parents not want to come up on stage? His wife came up on stage. Whose parents won't come up on stage after their son dies? He has 2 healthy parents. Does anybody want to know why? Why did Charlie Kirk's parents not want to show themselves at his memorial? Why is it that there's no pictures of Charlie Kirk's parents on the internet? Why is it that you've never seen Charlie Kirk's parents ever? Does anybody want to know why? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why nobody's ever seen Charlie Kirk's parents. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why you've never seen Charlie Kirk's parents and why they never showed themselves at Charlie Kirk's funeral or memorial. The answer is on my Patreon. Everybody dropping ones in the chat. Click the Patreon link, and the answer will be there. Click the Patreon link that I just dropped in the chat, and you'll get your answer. Click the Patreon link, and you'll see your answer. And it will blow your mind. I can't say that shit on YouTube. His parents are on my Patreon. See, we found his parents, just like we found the little boy Hunter Gozak, whatever the hell his name is. What's his name? We found him. We found everybody. I found Charlie's parents, and his parents are on Patreon. Click the link that is in the chat. Somebody said can't see the link. I'll just drop the link again, and we'll keep going on with the show. It's pinned at the top of the chat, y'all. But his parents are on my Patreon.
And designed Trump Tower. Yeah, but also the bunker.
Hold on, let me read this. Let's see. Charlie Kirk and Turning Point, a special relationship with London and the UK. Did y'all know there was a TP UK? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that is a TP USA and there's also a TP UK? In December 2018, a chance introduction sparked a pivotal moment at London's Royal Automobile Club. And you know what an automobile club is, right? Where my wife and I hosted Charlie Kirk and introduced the founder of Turning Point USA to the UK. The exclusive evening was billed as a gathering of political genius, and it did not disappoint. That night launched Turning Point UK. So Turning Point, to a certain degree, is literally attempting to take over the entire world. They're trying to take over the entire world. Let me see if I can find a video of all the chapters. I'll get to it in a second. I'll play it. I keep playing this. Io Taurus, do you got info on LDS Church, CNSS, CAI is crucial? What is LDS Church? Let's see. What is LDS Church? Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. I don't know anything about Church of Latter-day Saints. I do know about the CAI. That's at USU. What is CAI? They teach that at at USU, not UVU. Is that is not okay. Yeah. So I know about CAI. So yeah, I forgot what it's called. I forgot what his name. Hold on. The CIA trains the CAI. Come on, man. USU teaches young people about the CAI. Yeah, it's anticipatory intelligence. That's it. It's Center for Anticipatory Intelligence. Center for Anticipatory Intelligence. That is the CAI. So yeah.
I love you. I love you. I know. I love you.
Shut up. UVU has a Center for National Security Studies. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Game of games tonight. Tonight.
Hi. Oh, there you are.
Do you know in their world, pizza stands for tadpole? Did y'all know that? I say tadpole. I don't want to say the other thing. But yeah, pizza stands for tadpole.
Okay. Can you guys see me? There you are.
Eu conheço você, eu conheço você. Ok, tá tudo bem.
Now we're going to give you a play-by-play. This is the order you can expect things to change in when you are being...
Celebrity in Hollywood friends with the witch. Explain this one to me.
Here with Michelle Lamy, and just pay very close attention to how they treat this woman. Shortly after, this is her backstage of A$AP Rocky, and this woman has deep connections with every single celebrity. I mean, many pictures and videos of her and Usher, Kim Kardashian, Migos, Kanye West, A$AP Rocky, whatever, you name it, almost every single celebrity. But who is this woman? You look her up, it says she's a fashion designer, filmmaker, producer, whatever. But she's also married to Rick Owens, and now we're getting warmer. If you know anything about Rick Owens, he's known as the Dark Lord of fashion. Now, if this woman is married to the Lord of Darkness when it comes to fashion, and she's a fashion designer, this is literally her wearing his head, you start...
Yo, that shit is disgusting. She's wearing his... Do y'all see that? She's wearing his head. She's wearing his head, y'all.
Wondering, what is she doing with all these artists? Surely it can't be all fashion, right? And then you see pictures of her with Erika Abramovich, which is outspoken for her art, but also her spirit cooking.
Erika Abramovich is another one.
All I'm saying is be aware of what's really going on and do your own research.
And this is what I'm saying, y'all. It's so much more deeper than TPUSA, some politics. This ain't got nothing to do with politics. See, the shit I'm talking about has nothing to do with no damn politics. It's so much more deeper. I don't give a damn about no damn politics.
And her work has been featured everywhere from the Metropolitan Museum of Art to a Microsoft commercial. But who is she, and why does she possess such enigmatic appeal to the world's elite?
I am obsessed with this woman. She is so incredible.
It's time we investigate who really is Marina Abramovic.
And see, what's crazy is the tadpoles are in more danger with the women than the men. See, the women are the ones who bring the tadpoles in. They don't always just jump out of the wood, out the damn bushes, and then grab the tadpole. No, it's a woman that says, "Hi, hey, I lost my puppy. Can you help me find my puppy?" "Oh, sure." Next thing you know, boom, your ass in the van. It's the women. The women are more dangerous than the men. Because the men are the buyers. They don't really mean harm. They don't know where you got this girl from. They just want some coochie. So the men aren't necessarily the most evil people. It's the women who lure them in and say nice stuff to them, or in a foster system. You're a piece of shit mother gave your ass up to the foster care system, and next thing you know, your ass is in Guatemala selling asshole. Your mama did that, not no man. So the men are just the customers. The man is just like, I want her. They just want some ass. The most evil people are the goddamn women who lured the girl in the situation in the first place. And make sure to hit the... What happened? Make sure to hit the thumbs up button.
Burning herself, and other such extreme and grotesque
Hit a like button, y'all.
Abramovic was born in the Serbian capital of Belgrade in 1946. Hers was a harsh childhood. Her mother, a Communist Party official and military veteran, was cold and oppressive.
See? It's always a mother. Y'all see that, right? See? The mothers be making these demons. Y'all heard that, right? Her mother was cold and oppressive and made this Abramovich lady this demonic fool. Her mother. It always goes back to the mom. Let's see that one. Internships partners include RLDS, CIA, NSA, and more. Yes, 1000%. Let's see. Also, USU ORIM exists in Orem, Utah. Look it up for real. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Orem, Utah. Okay,
So I'm incredibly unhappy as a child. We never sit together as a family. We never talk together. We never had any kind of Christmas, New Year together. It was always very unpleasant and very tense situation.
And then they turn into these evil ass people when they grow up. Do y'all see why I talk so much shit about childhood trauma? This is the reason why I talk so much about childhood trauma. Because a lot of us, and I'm saying us, have been through a lot of shit with our moms. Me and my mom loved each other. I loved the shit out of my mom. We were very close. But my mom had my ass homeless. Me and my mom lived on the street. Me and my mom lived in motels. Me and my mom lived in group homes. We were literally homeless. My mom took me from my daddy just for us to be homeless and on the street. Our mothers be fucking us up. I'm just happy to say I made it through all the bullshit she put me through. So a lot of you have been through the same thing with your mom. A lot of you have been M-worded because of your mom. Because it's mainly three people that M-word people. The babysitter, her own brother, and her boyfriend. One of those three or all three of those three. Next thing you know, you grow up and then you in some type of traffic light situation, or you stripping, or you selling ass because it's so normal to you because you never had a childhood. This Bromvik woman went through the same shit. It usually starts with your mother, sadly. But that's the reason why I came out with my like mother, like daughter card game. If you have an issue with your mother, or if you feel like you can't forgive your mother, buy this card game. I promise you it will change your life. You don't even have to play it with your mom, because some of y'all don't get along with your mom. You can play it with her, but if you don't have to, you could play this with somebody else and let her play as your mom. Or you could play this game by yourself and ask mom the questions without her being in front of you. But I come up with products that will help you get past your childhood trauma and the things that your mom did to you. And I'm not saying all moms are bad. I ain't saying that. But there's a lot of bad moms out there, or a lot of inept moms. My mom, I had a great mom, but she was very inept. She never had a job, and we was just poor and was homeless, and dudes, just stupid shit, all kinds of stupid shit. My mom just did a whole lot of dumb, idiotic shit that could have got me killed, M-worded, in prison, all kinds of shit. But I literally had to take over my own household to keep my mom from continuing to ruin our lives. Just like this Bromvik woman, her mom ruined her life. And look at her now. She's this devil-worshiping witch. All because of goddamn mama. Shit is crazy.
So there's something wrong with me. She was always thinking that I'm doing something wrong here, and she absolutely hated it.
You talking about I need to forgive my mother. How many times I told y'all that I love my mom and we loved each other and we are good? That was my childhood. I don't need to forgive her. There's nothing to forgive. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She ain't had no sense. She was lazy. She never had a job. She could have fixed all this shit. She chose not to. I'm not mad at her. Look at me. Like, I turned out great. What are you talking about? I have two great kids. Like, my life is amazing. I don't have a job. I just sit around talking to y'all, and I make a living selling card games. Why do I need to forgive my mother? My mother made me into this person. My mother made me into this successful life coach. So why do I need to forgive my mom? I need to thank my mom. But I know a lot of you, just like this Bromvik woman, had a negative life because of their mother. I have a beautiful life because of my mother. Because of all the stupid shit that my mom did, I learned to avoid goofy ass, inept ass women. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no crazy baby mamas. I got an ex-wife. And we're great friends. So because of the stupid shit my mama did, I have great relationships with women because I avoid women that was like my mama. So I thank my mom. I don't have to forgive her. I thank her because I have a beautiful life because of her. I say the things I say for y'all because I empathize with y'all because I know y'all probably had worse lives than me. I was a boy. Ain't nobody play with my butt. So I just like empathize with y'all. But don't sit here and look at me and say, "Oh, you hate women," or you hate your mom. No. You hate your mom. I love my mom. So, but I create products, which is this card game, like mother, like daughter, to help you not hate your mom, to help you forgive your mom. See, my daughters played this card game with their mom. My daughters played this card game with my ex-wife. So we good over here. Don't try to put all that mess on me. I'm here to help. Don't talk shit to me. We good over here.
This total control of my mother, total obsessional discipline which I had opposed of me, I had to have my own space. I have to.
What happened? Why is it messing up? Hold on, y'all. Since it's messing up, UVU was named CUVS in 1941, made for war training. UVU was war. Oh shit, really? Thank you for this. I'm learning a lot about UVU. This might be why he got killed. Also found Mitt Romney ties to interesting. Thank you for these super chats. This is interesting.
Extreme acts of endurance and pain, billing it as performance art. Kind of training course she calls the Abramovic method, which involves a form of sensory deprivation and dissociation. Those who subject themselves to her method must stand, sit, or lie motionless while wearing noise-canceling headphones and sometimes an eye mask.
So Abramovich experiment is a kind of summary of all different knowledge I have through the 40 years of my work to bring the public to the point of experimenting for themselves. We built 3 basic objects to create 3 basic positions of a human body.
Have y'all seen what was on my Patreon yet? Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen what I had on my Patreon. Put a 1 in the chat if you have seen what was on my Patreon or you have not seen it yet.
Which is standing, sitting, lying.
Oh, y'all say this is too dark. Gotcha. Let me fast forward.
Weird how she got the injuries. The lawsuit states that the Jane Doe was who's through text message. How she got the injury.
All right, here's your boy Jay-Z, y'all. Look at this shit. Jay-Z ritual dancing with Marina Mazamak, whatever her name is. See, Jay-Z into this demonic bullshit too. Jay-Z is bad as the rest of these damn people. He got sucked into this mess. You know why? Because he came out and said, I will not lose. And when the demons hear that you don't want to lose, there's only one way to not lose. Give me your soul and you will never lose. Worst thing he could have ever said in his life. They took that little man's soul. Look at this shit. I'm not dancing no random ass demon lady. Are you crazy? I'm not doing this crap. Look at this mess. This is what they have to do in order to maintain their money. I don't want to go through all this. I don't want to dance with no demon lady. This is disgusting. Who the hell is all these damn people in the room? Look at this mess. Jay-Z is a soulless, empty being. He got all that money for nothing, just to lose it, just to lose his damn soul. It's just freaking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But I bid y'all adieu. It's 10 o'clock. We will be back tomorrow. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you have not hit the like button, because some of y'all did not hit the freaking like button, y'all. But thank y'all for those who have hit the like button. But can y'all hit the like button now? If y'all have not already hit the like button, you haven't hit the like button. Can y'all hit it now? And meet me over on Patreon right now. Everybody click the link on Patreon right now. Everybody click the link over on Patreon and go watch the video that I posted. One is going to divulge not only who Charlie Kirk's daddy is, but what Charlie Kirk's daddy was doing. Do y'all want to know what Charlie Kirk's daddy was doing? Is on my Patreon. On top of that, there's a secret. It's the Patreon, sis Countess. I'm dropping the Patreon link in the chat. It's on my Patreon. It's on my Patreon. It is on my Patreon. Click the link that is in the chat. It's on my Patreon. You see it? It's right there. It says patreon.com. Who is he doing it to? Click the link and go see. Why y'all asking me? Go to my Patreon. It's only $4.99. Just go to my Patreon and go see. So not only do you see Charlie Kirk's dad, you'll see Charlie Kirk's dad doing something, which will kind of show you what all this stuff is going on. Or what kind of, I'll say kind of like what's going on. And while they got rid of Charlie Kirk. And there's another part of the Patreon video that will tell you where Charlie Kirk is. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, YouTube. Charlie Kirk is in heaven. Charlie Kirk is in heaven. He died September 10th. But with all that being said, on my Patreon, it'll show you that something else about Charlie Kirk, pull out that goes totally against what I just said. So if you want to know what I'm saying that is opposite to what I'm saying about Charlie Kirk, you got to go on Patreon, because I can't say certain things on YouTube because YouTube will take my video down. What video? The Patreon. Shit. Y'all keep saying what video? It's on my Patreon. Shit. How many times I gotta tell you? Patreon, Patreon, Patreon. The link is in the chat. 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 Stop asking me what video. It's in my Patreon. Thank you for this great stream. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And Eye of the Taurus, follow me on Instagram and ask to be a part of my Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine team, because you got some good stuff. All right. UVU also had profiles on intelligent simulations analyst and event planning coordinator. Get this, their profiles have been removed. Shout out to our Taurus. Rusty needs Bad Barrett, UVU people who work with Bush. Follow me on Instagram, Eye of the Taurus, because you got some good stuff. Just join. Where the video at? You got to pay $4.99, and it's in the Charlie Kirk. What is it called? You got to pay $4.99, and it's called the Charlie Kirk collections. Look for the Charlie Kirk collections on Patreon. Is in the Charlie Kirk collection. It's $4.99. You'll see it. See, you could be a free member. So everybody go to my Patreon. You can be a free member. But if you want to see the video about Charlie Kirk and what actually happened to Charlie Kirk, you gotta pay $4.99. So with all that being said, hit the like button, join my Patreon. And Heather, thank you so much for the $5 Cash App. When you know, you know. When you know, facts. Thank you, Heather. So I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night. And don't forget to buy my card games also. So let me play y'all a song before I leave. I wrote a song about my card game. Where is it? I haven't played it in a while. I'm gonna play it today. Okay, where is it? Here it is. This is it. Check this out, y'all. I wrote this myself.
Mama, sit down, let's play this game. In these cards we heal up.
Rewind. I wrote this song, y'all, myself.
Mama, sit down, let's play this game. In these cards we heal our pain. Face to face we both explain. Maybe find our bond again. Years of anger lose their sting. We both said some hurtful things. Let these questions heal broken strings. Let this game and fractured wings. Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game. My inner child just wants to be seen. I forgive you, do you forgive me? The hurt, the neglect and disrespect, wounds can be healed in these two decks. Even though our past attempts have stalled, Mama, please just don't withdraw. Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game. My inner child just wants to be seen. I forgive you, do you forgive me? The hurt, the neglect and disrespect, wounds can be healed in these two decks. Even though our past attempts have stalled, Mama, please just don't withdraw. Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game. My inner child just wants to be seen. I forgive you, do you forgive me? Oh.
Yes, I wrote the song myself. Yes, I did write the song myself. Yes.
Even though our past attempts have stalled, Mama, please just don't withdraw.
Do y'all like the song? Yes, no? The song was trash, or was it a good song? Oh, y'all like the song? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wrote that song myself. I don't know what made me write a song about a card game, but card game means a lot to me.
And I was asking her the questions while we were heading to the airport, and she was asking questions. And I like that there is something in there that really helps you to identify, how do you feel?
How do you feel?
How do you express this? What word could I use? Or et cetera, et cetera. And I don't want to get too much into it because I really think that you guys should check this out. Even in the half hour that we were asking these questions, it created such deeper discussions. I actually remember there was one question, and it was something along the lines of, did my mom ever experience grief that would have allowed her not to be as attentive? And then we started talking about, and that led to like a really cool conversation. And so it was good. And I like it because we were giggling in the car, like talking about these different stories, stuff around Christmas time. Oh, do you remember this? And it just allowed us to be very nostalgic and really take that road down memory lane. So that was, this game is really cool. So I definitely appreciate it. Guys, we're going to connect the link below if you're interested in getting the mother-daughter card game. It's literally like therapy in a box. You get to ask all the questions that you may not have even known that you need to ask, or the conversation you didn't know you needed to have. So,
and the coolest part of this particular card game is in your situation, your mom lives somewhere else. There's a mother deck and there's a daughter deck. So she was able to bring the mother deck home with her, and you kept the daughter deck. So now y'all can play over the phone or online, right? So you can buy this card game, pull out mom's card game, and ship it to her if she lives in another state. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Talk to y'all tomorrow.